Okay. I gotta be trying to defeat this boss. We'll see whether we can do it in this session. I've read some comments from the developer. Apparently, setting him on fire helps a lot. And of course, aiming for the heart helps.
Enough! You will not stand in our way. You're wasting our time.
Ah. I like I can heal during that.
Why do you defy it?
Also, so, let me see. Comment from the developer on suggestions of the boss. Shoot the heart. A fully upgraded shotgun. Apparently, that will deal more damage, and it will also take more damage on his shield if you have the force upgrades for the knockback on the shotgun, which that's not something I would have expected. I didn't get those because I didn't particularly feel like knocking back enemies, but also knocking myself back is not something which I would really want to get. Because I wouldn't want to be moving my own position more than, you know, more than you may already by using your weapons. Fire is useful for his shield to save ammo because it will deal damage to him constantly. And then it says, ensure you got some high DPS weapons loaded and ready to go as soon as he's staggered and unload on his heart. Fully upgraded stand and full auto FT42 will melt his health bar during stagger phases. But an upgraded shotgun will do the trick as well. Yeah, I saw someone say that using, which is what I was doing there, 7 shots of this and then shooting with the super shotgun, you know, helped a lot. Do I have a load for before then? I do. So I could try some different loadouts. Let me try. Oh, and apparently none of his attacks would be affected by armor, so that's why there is no armor here. Which, fair enough. Okay. Still kind of feel like he's got a bit too much hit points. So let's see. 5. Did I have 6 before? Oh well. Let me see. Shrapnel charge I don't think was helping. If I get the full auto on that, perhaps. That's 3. Full auto is 1. 2. I mean, whatever. Let's try it. And then we've got 2 left to spend on something. But I can't get packed shells in either of those. Grenade launcher did alright damage against him. Okay.
There's no escape.
Did I not get full auto on this? Hold on. Let me see. Do I have to toggle full auto on? No, I got full auto. Well, holding down the button. Oh, middle mouse button. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, well, you know, let me just restart that because I took all the damage. That did seem to get through his shield quickly. Ah, you God.
The will cannot be stopped.
Thanks, guy. Ay, ay, ay.
Enough! You will not stand in our way.
Oh, well.
The will speaks to you. Why do you defy it?
It's also that sometimes I feel like I'm double tapping to dodge and it's not doing it. And it's not because I'm out of dodge charges.
Your cause is near.
That certainly is dealing a lot of damage.
Enough! You will not stand in our way. The will speaks to you. Why do you defy it? We should be gods, detective. Surrender. You cannot stop us! You will not stop us! Cannot defeat me!
Ah! Ah. So close. I got fouled up there because I hadn't reloaded this weapon. Ah.
Enough! You will not stand in our way. Stand down, detective.
Oh, how am I supposed to get to you when you got that in front of you?
The will speaks to you. Why do you defy it? Your mission ends here.
Oh wow, that dealt all of my health. Let me change this again. Okay. I'm getting close. And I'm certainly dealing a lot better damage than I was. Which I don't know how I feel about, really. Then I had to read a developer comment about it.
You will not stand in our way. Your mission ends here. The will speaks to you. Why do you defy it? Surrender to the will. The will cannot be stopped. Enough! You will not stand in our way.
Oh, part of it. Oh. Okay.
Enough! You will not stand in our way.
God, let me
Your
alone.
mission ends here. Stand down, Wendy. Will cannot be wrong.
Nah, I broke his shield while I was dead.
Enough! You will not stand in our way. We'll speak to you. Why do you defy it? We could be gods, detective.
Hard to see what he's doing because there's so much red.
speaks to you. Why do you defy it?
Ah! He like anticipates which direction you're going with that attack as well.
Stand down, detective. Enough! You will not stand in our way. The will cannot be stopped. The will speaks to you. Why do you defy it? Your mission ends here. We will be gods, detective.
Holy! Oh. Fight him!
Detective, wait. You can't. If I die,
I'm trying to.
you
You,
die with me.
you have no ammunition.
You must realize it by now. We killed you, detective. Again and again. But here you stand. Your body is imbued with the same power that flows from this gate. It's the only thing keeping you alive. Wait, no! If you destroy the heart, the connection will be severed. You can't do this!
Okay. Very good game. I like it a lot. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. The difficulty increased markedly in Chapter 2. I think at some points in Chapter 2, ammunition was a bit too stingy. I think particularly in like the second level. I forget which one that was. The bosses, I think, also probably have a bit too much hit points. Of course, that was Gianni. I don't regret playing on very hard. As I said at the beginning of this, I played through Chapter 1 on hard, and I found that too easy, so I went to very hard on Chapter 2. I think overall the fighting was fine in Chapter 2. The bosses, though, I feel like compared to the rest of the game, the bosses are kind of a bit too much hit points, too little ammunition. You know? I know bosses are a real difficult thing to get right, but... Anyway, the level design was pretty good overall. I mean, okay, I really liked the large maps to explore in this. Flow, for the most part, was pretty good. I did get lost in the bunker trying to find one of the valves, and that was because I forgot where the room was after I'd gone through the ship. And then I saw that room full of all the poison water and all the pipes spewing stuff everywhere. I thought when I saw that, oh, this is the room which I'm having to empty. No. That's because I hadn't gone into the hallway at the beginning there to see the door close. That was just my own fault there. Some of the other areas, like the fairground, I think that level can be approached from either of the, I think, 4 different directions you have to go at the beginning. You can go to any of the 4 different places in whichever order. There's always a risk with levels like this, and I do think this was a problem occasionally in this game, that you can't tell where the player is going to go first. And personally, when I'm playing, I like to see what areas I can go to before I start, like, choosing a path which might need a key and go down there. And this is not saying that the game should be catered to how I specifically play. I'm not saying that. I'm not expecting that. I'm just using it as an example of, you know, people have their own play styles. And one of the risks with having open maps like this is that the player can go wherever. And you end up going to locations and picking up objects and not knowing why you're doing that. Though, in Cultic, when you're picking up items to be used, they were either usually keys, fuel, or detonation packs. And those were applied in the same ways throughout. So, you know, you could easily deduce what you're supposed to be doing with them. The enemies in the game, I didn't really have a particular problem with any of the enemies. I thought there was a good variety. They were very interesting and fun to fight. Again, maybe some of them had more hit points than others. A bit too many hit points. The SWAT guys for the police forces, perhaps. Again, yes, they can be easily dealt with if you have fire. But that sort of ties into frequency of ammunition and all. This is, I guess, a question for the developers. do you see the player using what weapons are best for every situation? Or do you see the player as having enough ammunition to sort of use whatever they want in any encounter in the game? This is not to say so much like, oh, use a pistol against the snipers, but like, part of the fun of having explosives like a Molotov or the TNT is just using them whenever you can. And I had quite a few Molotovs at times because I hadn't been using them. But you know, I could have chucked more Molotovs around at large groups of enemies, but then I wonder whether I would have still had enough for these enemies which kind of more necessitate you using them, or at least fire against them. I do think... Okay, so for the mutant, for the helicopters, or the mutant helicopter fights, I do think the mounted machine guns and the bazookas, which are available to the player, should deal more damage. Because they slow you down. They're placed in the arena as a, here, use this against the boss. But considering how much you have to move around in the arenas, I feel like they need to give more bang for their buck for the player going for them. Especially against a mutant helicopter, because I found in that it was less using the bazookas, which I felt to deal more damage, as it was just kiting the thing around and staying out of its reach and learning its patterns. That's another thing I think with the bosses, is they're very different from the rest of the game. The boss at the end of Chapter 1, that was actually pretty similar to the rest of what you'd been doing. It was a static boss in the wall, you shot at it, and enemies would come out of holes in the walls to shoot at you, so you had to deal with the crowds of enemies, while also dealing with the boss as it was available. I don't really remember the attacks for the boss. I don't remember dodging them that often, so I think I was getting hit by them pretty frequently. There was like a tentacle attack, and I think you could shoot its arms to stun it briefly or to interrupt its attacks. But the two tank bosses, I didn't have too much of a problem with them. The two mutant tanks before the last boss. And it was nice that the game restocked my ammunition before then. But yeah, other than that, I mean, even with all that considered, let me put it that way, very good game. I enjoyed it a lot. I think getting it with Chapter 2 certainly gives you more value for your money. Chapter 1 did feel a little short for what it cost. And I think they cost... Do they cost the same, or is Chapter 2 like a bit less? Let me see. Chapter 1 is 15 Australian dollars. Chapter 2 is the same, 15 Australian dollars. I kind of think like Chapter 1 should maybe be a bit cheaper. Maybe $10 with 15 for Chapter 2, or just put them together into one thing now that they're both out. Because just getting Chapter 1, I feel might not be too much. Anyway, that was Cultic. It was a lot of fun. And thank you very much for joining. I hope you join me again next time for whatever I come up with. Until then, though, farewell. Goodbye.